Hi guys, and welcome to another crochet tutorial from Carly at the Hook and Knot Nook. Today we will be using US terms to make this beautiful starburst or sunburst granny square. So we'll be using a single crochet, a half double crochet, doubles, trebles, and two different versions of a puff stitch. To get the sunburst effect, you will need at least 2 but up to 4 different colored yarns. You will need a crochet hook appropriate to your wool, although I am using a 3.5mm as I like the stitches tight. You'll need a darning needle and a pair of scissors. We will be finishing off after each round, however you can use the direct color or yarn changing method if you prefer. However, this is much easier, so we work the 3 in the round and then we add our corners. So let's get started. Now you need your slip stitch on your crochet hook. As always, you can use a magic circle, however I find this is just as easy. So we're going to start with a chain of 5, yarn over and pull through 5 times, and then we are going to slip stitch to that first stitch in order, or first chain rather, in order to make our circle. So it's yarn over and pull through everything. Now we have a little circle to walk through. I like to tuck in my tail and work around that as well, as it makes it easier to pull tighter at the end. And we're going to chain 3, which is going to count as our first double crochet. Then we want to work 15 double crochets into that loop. So we're going to yarn over, go in through the front, pull the yarn through the back, 3 on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So again, that's yarn over, in through the front, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 again. We're going to do this 15 times in total, and with that first chain of 3, that will give us 16 double crochets in the round. So once you've completed your 15 double crochets, you're then going to slip stitch to that third stitch of the first chain that you did. So that's in, pull through and pull through everything. We're then going to do a chain and finish off this round. I like to give my tails a little pull at this point to make sure that they're nice and secure and close up that hole. But now it's time to move on to our third color. Now you can just pull this through and tie it through one of the holes, but I prefer this method. So I'm working in between those bars rather than in the stitches. And I'm going to attach my slip knot at the back and then pull it through. Now we're not completing our doubles on this, we're doing the first version of the puff stitch. So we're going to chain 3 again, and then we're going to yarn over, work back through in between those bars we've just attached. So yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through, and now we're going to give that a little tug so that it's as high as that chain 3, yarn over, go through again, yarn over at the back, pull through, and now you've got 5 on your hook. You want to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops, and then we're going to do a chain 1 to secure that. Now with that first chain 3, this would count as 3. So in between each of those bars you want to do 3. So we're going to yarn over, go in through the next bar, yarn over, pull through, give it a little tug, yarn over, in through again, yarn over, pull through, little tug, do this a third time, and then again we're going to yarn over and pull through all of the loops on our hook to do our second puff stitch, and then we're going to chain 1 to secure that, and we're going to repeat this in between each of those bars along. By the end we should have 16 of these puff stitches. So we've chained 1 to complete our 16th puff stitch, and now we are going to slip stitch into that third stitch, or the top of the first puff stitch that we did. So yarn over, pull through everything, and then we're going to chain 1 again, pull our yarn, snip it, and finish off the second round. and we'll just yank that working yarn out, give that a tug to make sure it's nice and tight, and that's round 2 completed. So now to change to either our third color, or if you're only using 2, just return back to the white. So we're going to attach that again, same way as before, and we're going to work in between those puff stitches again, so not into the top of the stitch, but in between each of those puff stitches. So I'm going to attach my new color, and we're going to work on our second version of the puff stitch, again in a double. So we're going to chain 3 again, and this time we are going to half complete our double crochets. So we're going to yarn over, go in through the stitches, in between the puff stitches rather, yarn over, pull through just 2, yarn over, repeat this. And in the first one, we're going to do this 3 times. So pull through 2, yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 of those stitches. Now we're going to chain 2 in between each of these puffs and repeat that. So in through the next, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, in again, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, in again. Now we're doing it 4 times for each of these, so pull through 2, and then yarn over for a final time, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through all of those on the hook. So we're going to chain 2 again, in between the next puff stitches, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, in, yarn over, pull through 2, a third time, and then a 4th time, and we will repeat that 4 times in between each of these puffs to make our second version of the puff stitch. And then at the end we will again have 16 of these puff stitches. So I've completed my 16th. We're then going to chain 2, and now we're actually going to slip stitch to the top of that first puff rather than the top of the chain 3 that we did. So in through the top, yarn over, pull through everything on the hook, chain 1, snip your yarn, and that is round 3 completed. Now you can either return to the previous color or use a third color. I'm going back to white, and we're going to do our corners. But first of all, now's usually a good time to darn in all those little ends. Makes it so much quicker at the end. So it's time to turn this around into a granny square. So we're going to attach our yarn of choice. I'm going back to the white. I will also be using the white to attach all my squares together. So we're going to do a treble in this first one. So we want to chain 4 this time, and to complete the treble you want to wrap the yarn around your hook twice before you go in between those puffs. So we're going to wrap twice, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through the final 2 again. And we're going to do another one in this one. So wrap your yarn twice, in through the hole, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through the final 2 again. So we have 3 trebles in this first hole. In the next hole we're going to do double crochets. So yarn over once, go through the in between the next puff stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, and we're going to do 3 of these. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2 again. So 3 in this one. And then in the next hole we're going to do half double crochets. So we're going to yarn over once, in through the next gap, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3 of those. So 3 in this hole again, yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all of the hooks, all the stitches on the hook. Okay, now we're going into the third one, and we're going to do double crochet, or the fourth one, do double crochets again, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So 3 of these in this one, And into the 5th hole we are going to create our first corner with trebles. So wrap twice, in through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And we're going to do 3 of these. And then to create our first corner, we're going to chain 3 and do another 3 treble crochets into that exact same gap. And there you can see we've made our first straight and our first corner. We're then going to repeat the previous process on this side, and we're going to do 3 doubles into the next, 3 half doubles into the next, 3 doubles in the next one, and then do our corner again. So 3 trebles, chain 3, 3 trebles again, and repeat this until you get to the gap where you did your first 3 trebles, where you will now have 4 sides completed and 3 corners and 1 half corner. So in that first hole, we're going to do another 3 treble crochets to complete this corner. We're then going to chain 3, slip stitch to the top of that chain that we did, the chain 4, and now our granny square is complete. So chain 1 to finish it, snip your thread, and there's your first granny square. Now I'm going to need a lot more of these to make the baby blanket that I'm making. So I've got a couple here, and I'm going to show you one of the quick ways that I like to attach them. This will give you a ribbed effect in between, but there are many different ways. You can even just darn them together. So what I like to do is have a clean effect on the front and a ribbed effect on the back. So in order to do this, as you can see, there is a good side or a face side to your square and a non-face side. So I like to put them face sides together. Obviously, if you want the ribbing effect on the front, you do it the other way around. We're going to line the 2 up, and then I'm going to go in through those corners and attach the white, as that will give it a clean effect. You can use one of the other colors and then you'll be able to see it more clearly. So it'll have a different colored ribbed effect. But I just go in through those 2 holes. You can go through into just the back loops if you like. I prefer a stronger attachment, so I go through under all 4 of those loops, attach my yarn, and then I just go along and slip stitch through each of those holes. So starting at that chain 3 corner gap, I'm going to go in, attach my 2 squares together. So just to put a slip stitch on the back, pull through, yarn over, and pull through. Now we're going to create our first slip stitch. So I go into the very next set of holes, the same hole on the front and the back one, over under all 4 of those loops, yarn over, pull through again, just creating a slip stitch. You could do a single crochet here, that'll give you a bigger ribbed effect, but I quite like this. It's subtle, but it still has an effect, and there's still a bumpy round around the square. Continue this process until the following corner. You can just finish off at this point and attach each one independently with one last slip stitch into that chain 3. However, I'm going to have a quick look at attaching a 3rd one in and doing both those sides. So what I would then do is first slip stitch in that chain 3 would be connecting your original 2 together. Second slip stitch would be through all 3 pieces. And then next slip stitch, or the 3rd slip stitch in that area, would be your 2 new pieces that you're attaching together. And then again, repeat the process as you did with the first 2, with a slip stitch in each of the corresponding sets of stitches. Now we have our 3 firmly attached together. I would finish off here, grab my 4th one and start separately on those. But obviously, as I said, you can do each of them individually, or you can do them in a row, or you could even just grab a needle and thread and attach them all together that way. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Enjoy making your baby blanket. I hope the little boy that I'm making these for likes it. I really like the ribbed effect. And if you did enjoy the video, please hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see any more of my crochet videos in the future.